Hi, my name is Jackie Ryan. I am sharing my Excel project for Class 595. For this project, I decided to do a tic-tac-toe board. So let's go ahead and get started. For my background, I chose the beach because everybody would love to go to the beach, especially now. So let's go ahead and get started. If we hit the tic-tac-toe button, oh, let me turn my sound mode off, sorry. If I hit the tic-tac-toe button, my board will pop up. It doesn't really matter who decides to go first, whether player one wants to be X or O. I have it programmed for O to go first. But say player one wants to be X, you just double click and you'll become an X. Then we just start playing. We have 3 in a row for X. So if you notice, I have a pop up that says player X is the winner. You hit OK, and if you'll notice, my player X score has went up by 1. Since this game's over, we hit reset. And then we play again. This time O is going to go first. If you'll notice right here, we have 3 in a row. So player O is the winner. Keeps going. It adds a 1 here to this board. Go to reset. And then let's say nobody wins. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. But okay, so if we win, it just keeps adding. And then we tie. Okay, so basically, how did we do that? So if we close this out, and then if we go into design mode, and then I hit Visual Basics. The hardest part I had for this was creating my codes. So if we hit a button, my codes come up that I typed. So the first thing I did was the boxes for the X's and O's, I went in and created commands and buttons for each of those. So if you know whether to put an X or an O. This part wasn't super hard. It was just tedious typing in. I finally got to where I was trying to do shortcuts, and I finally started copying and pasting. When you go to this part right here, this lets you know where you're going to win at. And this is the part that gave me the most trouble. So if X is going to win, we can have a winner from buttons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then you can also have if they're vertical matches, you have 1, 4, 7. But the part that really gave me trouble was being able to label and distinguish the difference between an X and an O. So once I got that code fixed, then the next problem I had is, so I came up with this next code, and it would add scores to player X. But then when I would have a winner for O, it would still add to player X. So I finally figured out what I had done. When I typed in my new code, I accidentally changed, or I left this label 2, instead of label 4, because label 4 is the score for my player O. So after trial and error, I finally figured that one number made a big difference, and then typed all that in. So again, super, a lot of typing, a lot of copy and pasting once I figured out what my code was and how I did it correctly, and then a lot of self-check. So once I had my code in, I hit play, and then that's how I figured out that it finally worked when I distinguished the difference between player X and player O in my code. But anyway, so yeah, that's my project.